Welcome Hot Wheels collectors to my channel. This is a review of the 2001 Hot Wheels First Editions. This is the complete set of 36 cars. For the 2001 First Editions, Hot Wheels came out with a variety of vehicles. There's a really good mix of cars. There's classic hot rods, there's lowriders, muscle cars, some really nice fantasy cars that are actually really cool and I think very desirable. It's a really good mix of cars. I had purchased about half of these vehicles in the store in 2001, back when I was in high school, but I never was able to find the rest of the vehicles. I recently was able to purchase the rest of the set for an incredibly good price. I am incredibly thrilled to have all these vehicles in my possession. Car number 1 is the Cadillac LMP. It was designed by Mark Jones. The Le Mans prototype was a car that was very successful in racing in the 24 Hours of Le Mans. This Hot Wheels casting represents the Riley and Scott design of the year 2000. Car number 2 is the Surfin school bus. It was designed by Phil Reilman. This casting was retooled in 2021, which has new plastic cladding that goes up into the interior to act like faux windows. Construction for the casting also changed, going from a tab post design to a post design. I really like this tampoed fake wood on the side of this bus. Looks really nice. Car number 3 is LRoka, and it was designed by Phil Reilman. It was based on the 1950 Chevrolet 3100 lowrider. This casting was retooled in 2020 that gained an actual interior. The casting was also shortened, and there were some other cost-cutting measures that happened, and yeah, it's definitely not the same casting as it used to be. The truck bed uses an additional plastic piece opposed to metal. Car number 4 is So Fast. It was designed by Mark Jones. The original casting was made from 2001 to 2009, and since 2009 it has been retooled. This casting is unique because it has an opening feature and it features a metal body and a metal base, so it's actually quite heavy. I really like that the metal base is painted this metallic maroon color. It really looks exotic. Very, very nice. And it has a roof hatch that opens to reveal a mid-mounted engine and the interior. The roof was cast shut in 2020. It's this classic hot rod. I think one of the best cars in my opinion. Car number 5 is Super Tuned. It was designed by Eric Tichern, and it was produced between 2001 and 2010. This is a fantasy casting that is essentially a modified lowrider tuner pickup truck. And there's 2 different versions of this casting. There's one where the rear wing is open in the back. Mine is not open, unfortunately. The one that's open obviously looks better because the spoiler, has a nice air gap. It's a really cool car, has a really nice stance to it. Fat Racing is on the side of the car, and that's definitely slang from the year 2001, so it's kind of historically significant, I would say. Car number 6 is Hooligan. It was designed by Gary Schaefer and was produced until 2013. It is loosely based on a 1932 Ford pickup with the top chopped off. This car looks absolutely fantastic in matte black with subtle maroon flames with a silver pinstripe on the flames. The engine is red with silver detailing, looks very nice. Features a bright red interior, and the gas tank is molded as part of the base of the car. It's in metal. It looks very, very nice. Just a really nice classic hot rod, and really looks good as a first edition. Car number 7 is Crazy 8s. It was designed by Phil Rillman and was produced until 2015. It depicts a technologically advanced race car with 850 horsepower, 2 linked and timed dual overhead cam straight 8 engines, and retractable sand dune spikes. It's definitely very interesting. It also features ribs on the side of the car, so that I think the Hot Wheels track system will be able to grasp it when it shoots through the launcher. Car number 8 is the MST Suzuka, and it was designed by Eric Tichern. This car is a mid-engine combination tuner and race car with a turbocharged 6-cylinder power plant. The car's name comes from the famous Suzuka circuit in Japan. In 2022, this casting was retooled, featuring a post design, and the plastic engine cover was also modified. I think it looks absolutely awesome in this metallic lime green. Definitely looks like a tuner car from the Fast and the Furious, and these side canards and diffusers running along the side of the vehicle with a nice texture on the plastic is very interesting. I think it's a nice looking car. One of my favorite features is that you can see the nose of the car has an opening where air can shoot through. I don't know, I just like the design. The wing looks nice on it. The color looks good. For a fantasy casting, I think it looks good. Car number 9 is the Panaz LMP1 Roadster S. It was designed by Mark Jones and was produced up until 2010. The car was built by Renard Motorsports for Panaz Auto Development for use in endurance racing championships. It was powered by a 6.0-liter Elan V8 engine making 620 horsepower mounted to a 6-speed X-Track transmission. The car's front engine layout gave the car a unique shape compared to contemporaries such as the Audi R8. I think this car looks really good in red. Has definitely a really nice, low, long, very wide stance. I think Hot Wheels did a great job recreating it. Looks very nice on these lace wheels as well. Car number 10 is the Shredster. It was designed by Phil Rillman, was produced until 2015. It is a depiction of a high-speed roadster with enhanced aerodynamics. What I think is really cool about this car is that it has 2 different pieces of metal that are painted 2 completely different colors. You have the pearl yellow and you have the pearl orange, and I don't really remember very many Hot Wheels cars being painted 2 different colors with 2 different sections of metal being put together to make one car. Obviously there's plastic in between as well. There is also a 5-spoke variation for this car as well. It's just a unique car, very, very different. Car number 11 is the Dodge Viper GTS R. It's designed by Mark Jones. This is probably one of my favorite castings from the series. It looks absolutely awesome. It was a concept car that was styled by Osamu Suzuka. The car essentially served as a preview of the 3rd generation Viper introduced in 2003. Unlike many other concept cars, the GTSR was fully functional, featuring an 8.0-liter Viper V10 producing 500 horsepower and a 6-speed manual. Car number 12 is Maelstrom. It was designed by Fraser Campbell and was produced until 2017. Apparently the design brief was to create the ultimate vehicle for the European Hot Wheels market. The idea was to have the engines up front and the cockpit over the rear wheels. There was concern, however, that it bared too much resemblance to the existing twin mill. The forward cockpit and mid-engine design made production. It's kind of a weird casting, if I'm honest. Features some nice chrome plastic detailing, and the dark metallic blue paint looks nice with these 3-spoke blade wheels. Car number 13 is the Lotus Project M250. It was designed by Mark Jones, and casting was produced until 2014. This was a concept car that was designed by Lotus in 1999. It was slated to be powered by a naturally aspirated 3.0-liter V6 mounted to a 6-speed manual producing 250 horsepower. The target production run was 3,000 cars, but ultimately Lotus decided to scrap this car as a production vehicle, which is unfortunate. Looks very nice in this metallic silver. It's an interesting choice that Hot Wheels decided to make the rear of the car black plastic, which is part of the base. Features a red interior and dark tinted smoke windows. It has a tampoed Lotus emblem on the front of the hood. You can clearly see the green and yellow for the emblem. Car number 14 is the 1972 Plymouth GTX. It was designed by Phil Rillman, and the GTX was produced between 1967 and 1971. It was marketed as the gentleman's muscle car. I think this casting looks really good in this kind of grass or lime green color. Definitely shouts 70s muscle car. And this car is sort of unique, I think, because the car only has one tampo, and it's on the hood of the vehicle. It features the Plymouth logo on the nose, and then there's the black hood tampo. That's it. So only one tampo on this car. Did Hot Wheels do the headlights? No. Did Hot Wheels do the taillights? Oh, why bother? So that's really interesting, considering that Hot Wheels mainlines can have up to 3 tampoed surfaces. So I don't know why Hot Wheels was sleeping on this one. Maybe they couldn't get the red tampoed taillights in that molding for the rear bumper area. I don't know. Car number 15 is the Honda Civic SI, and this is one of the heroes for the 2001 first editions. And this car was actually designed by multiple designers: Alec Tam, Dave Martis, and Eric Tichern, which is interesting. And this is the 6th generation Honda Civic that was produced from 1999 to 2000. And the Honda Civic SI was only available in the coupe body style, and it's powered by the 1.6-liter B16A inline 4-cylinder. And the SI moniker stands for Sport Injected. The entire production run for the 6th generation Honda Civic was from 1995 to 2000. This Hot Wheels casting replicates a specific 2000 Honda Civic SI entered by Super Street magazine in the Honda Civic SI Challenge. The goal of the challenge was for 4 automotive designers, Car and Driver, Sport Compact Car, Super Street, and Popper Mechanics, to turn a pre-production 2000 Honda Civic SI into a modified ride with a $10,000 budget within 5 months. The car was modified with a Wings West Avenger body kit, Progress Group coilovers, a Jun Auto Mechanic tuned engine, short ratio transmission, titanium exhaust, ECU programming, with the engine tuned by Suzuka Koyama, and a Honda optional equipment wing. Has a carbon fiber hood. The car is currently located in Honda America's private collection and is not street legal. having been showcased at numerous SEMA events. The casting was retooled in 2021. The entire tooling was updated, sharing no pieces with the original model. This new casting includes side mirrors and glass moonroof, not found on the original casting. The casting also saw the removal of the front passenger windows and sported a slightly modified body kit with a new hood style, taller rear wing, modified interior, and lowered ride height. This version of the casting is noticeably shorter and wider than the older version. This Hot Wheels casting is definitely a fan favorite. Today you are lucky to find this casting on the pegs at all because all the JDM fanboys foam at the mouth over this car. So it has a very, very important piece in the Hot Wheels legacy and its history. Car number 16 is the Evil Twin. This car was designed by Larry Wood, and I think this is one of the most awesome cars of the 2001 First Edition series. It is based on a 1940s Cadillac with custom features such as its two namesake opposed engines, cropped roofline with teeth in the grille. It has been used in numerous series since its first appearance, including a Super Treasure Hunt and convention exclusive vehicle. This metal flake purple absolutely shines. It's really hard to capture it on camera, but man, this purple has so much depth. It sparkles so nice, and the details of this car are just awesome. I also find it interesting that this car has, I believe, a 4-piece construction, which is not common for a Hot Wheels car. The base of the car is black plastic, and then you have the chrome pieces and the tan interior and the body, so that's 4 pieces instead of the normal 3. And this first edition looks absolutely amazing. Car number 17 is Hypermite. It was designed by Mark Jones and was produced until 2013. It is a small motorcycle engine-powered city car with an appearance of an insect-like creature. It features 2 unusually large, tall, stinger-like exhaust pipes and an interior featuring bicycle seat and handlebars. The canopy, being the clear magenta, definitely kind of looks like a bug's eye in a way. It's definitely sort of a creature-like vehicle. It's very compact, it's very, very tall, but very, very short. Car number 18 is Outsider. It was designed by Mark Jones and was produced until only 2005. This vehicle is one of the few that has a driver and the first one to have 2 drivers. Both drivers are removable. This vehicle has 2 different variations. There is a VJ tampoed on the top of this vehicle in the black area, and there's a variation where there is no VJ tampoed there. This is the VJ version. I really like this, aerodynamic motorcycle sidecar. It looks absolutely amazing in this pearl orange color. Definitely looks awesome. Features a metal body and a metal base. It's actually somewhat heavy. It looks really, really nice. These molded plastic people, I think, are done really, really well. They actually don't stand out very much in this metallic silver plastic, but I think it's a really cool Hot Wheels car that I don't think that many people know even exist. Car number 19 is Monoposto. It was designed by Alex Tam. It's a functional design featuring a single-seat race car. It is finished in the same pearl orange as the previous vehicle, features PR5 chrome wheels, and it only features a seat for the driver. And it has the Hot Wheels logo on the top of the vehicle as well. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. The design of the car looks great. I wish that this was a car you could actually buy and drive on the road. I think it's a very attractive design. Looks really cool. I like how the headlights, they just cover the wheel arches, and then the center portion of the hood is super low. The canopy in green looks really good. Nice contrast. And it features the side exit exhaust right past the front wheels, which I think looks really good. Has a nice diffuser on the back of it. It's just a really good looking car. I think it's one of the stars of the 2001 first editions. Car number 20 is the Vulture Roadster. It was designed by Mark Jones and was produced until 2013. It's a single-seat front mid-engine race car and is a modified version of the Vulture casting that came out in the year 2000. The first release of the Vulture Roadster had a transparent orange base to pay homage to the first release of the aforementioned model. And what I think is really cool about this casting is that it features a chrome drive shaft that's a separate piece from the rest of the base of the car. And I also really like the metal exhaust that splits up through the top of the car, and you can see the metal header there. I just think it's really cool, and I like that one half of the car is tampoed, the other half isn't. And this metallic purple-ish blue color looks very, very nice. I think it's a really cool fantasy casting and is highly underrated. Car number 21 is Fright Bike. It was designed by Phil Reilman and was produced until 2015. Fright Bike is a drag bike, and it has an anti-wheelie bar that can be unfolded, and it can also be removed. The car features a metal base with a metal engine, metal handlebars, metal brakes, and it features a clear purple plastic translucent body. Honestly, I think this may be one of the longest Hot Wheels vehicles ever made. With the wheelie bar extended, it is incredibly long. As you can see, it extends way past my turntable here. Apparently, some of the Hot Wheels cards had a choking hazard sticker, while some other cards had it printed on the packaging itself. It's a very interesting casting, and it's unlike any of the other Hot Wheels motorcycles that Hot Wheels has done previous to this, or possibly since. It's just a really cool drag bike. I think this clear plastic body makes it unique. Just a really different, cool bike. Car number 22 is the Jet Threat 3.0. It was designed by Nathan Proke and was produced until 2014. The Jet Threat 3.0 is a modernized take on a jet engine powered race car. It features elements of fighter jets in the form of side wings and a fighter jet style cockpit. So it definitely looks like an airplane with some wheels on it, and it has a metal base and a metal body, so it's actually quite heavy. It doesn't do too much for me, but it's definitely a moment in Hot Wheels history. Car number 23 is Mont Zuma. It was designed by David Weiss and was produced until 2011. The Mont Zuma was modeled on a 1980 twin headlight Chevrolet Monte Carlo without a roof. It is a lowrider type vehicle, and the interior I think is really unique because it features that molded pillowy dash that lowrider culture uses. This car looks absolutely fantastic in this metallic orangish yellow color, and I think the tampos are absolutely spot on. I think this is one of the stars of the 2001 first editions, and it is highly desirable. It really is awesome. The geometric design of these tampos is really cool. The chrome grille looks very, very nice indeed. Features a plastic chrome base. The chrome lace wheels look nice. It features a smoked windshield as well. Definitely a cool ride. Car number 24 is the Toyota Celica. It was designed by Phil Rillman and was produced until 2012. It is based on the 2001 7th and final generation Toyota Celica. The casting features a TRD, Toyota Racing Development, action-inspired body kit and wing. The rear wing appears to have been inspired by the Ultimate Celica concept, and it also has some interior and suspension upgrades. So this car is very interesting. Maybe the body kit is slightly based on the TRD body kit, but let's be real, this is definitely a Fast and the Furious look. I mean, check out that massive yellow plastic spoiler. It is absolutely huge. The front bumper is definitely a sight to be seen. It is not pretty. And if I'm honest, the rear is worse with that black caving opening in the rear. The tampos are interesting because it says Rillman Turbo on it. The rest of the sponsor decals on the door are not real sponsors. So Hot Wheels has been known to do this. They will use their own names as part of the sponsor decals to save on sponsorship royalty costs. And the car features a white interior, and interestingly, it features a yellow tinted windshield. Like I said, this is very Fast and the Furious, which fits for the year 2001. So their timing was absolutely spot on. It's just really interesting to look back at this car now because it's a little bit laughable, but it also is a piece of tuner culture, I would say. And this casting also features headlights that are molded from the windshield, which I think is a nice detail. It would have been nice if the grille was tampoed black, but that's really impossible with this casting. It would have been really hard to create that detail. Car number 25 is the Ford Focus. It was designed by Eric Tschern and was produced until 2007. This casting depicts a pro stock Ford Focus as campaigned by the late Sean Carlson in the year 2000. It was a bare Ford Focus shell that was shipped to him in a giant crate, as the car had yet to be released to the public at that time. The car features an S-Linger engine and a Motec M48 ECU. The casting's wing can be tilted back and forth into two positions, although this does not appear to have been an intended feature. Because this was an actual drag car, it has the correct tampos and sponsorships. So this car is sponsored by the car detailing company Meguiar's, which looks very, very nice in black with these yellow tampos with the red pinstripings. 5-dot wheels look nice, and it's very, very wide and low, this casting. Anyways, this is low-key one of my favorites from the series. Car number 26 is Mega Duty. It was designed by Alec Tam, and this is a fantasy pickup truck. Features a metal body and a metal base with plastic fender flares and a plastic front and rear bumper. Features red tinted windows and red tinted headlamps. It's a heavy casting and it looks really nice on these large PR5 wheels. And obviously you can see the metal exhaust pipes that are poking out the side. I think it was well designed. Color combination works quite well. Car number 27 is the Riley and Scott Mark III. It was designed by David Weiss and was produced until 2010. It is a sports prototype race car designed by Riley and Scott Cars Inc. for use in endurance racing. The car raced in the ISMA GT Championship and the 24 Hours of Le Mans with success. The cars won the 24 Hours of Daytona 3 times in a row and 3 consecutive driver championships. I think it looks very nice in this metallic blue color. Very interesting that they had this car, the Cadillac, and the Panaz all coming out for 2001 first edition. Someone on the Hot Wheels team was in love with these cars, because I think it's really strange they came out with 3 of these prototype vehicles in 1 year. Very, very odd. Car number 28 is the Excessive. It was designed by Phil Rillman. The original tooling of this casting was produced until 2009, and then the updated tooling was produced from 2010 to 2012. Then it was discontinued. The Excessive is a heavy-duty 6-wheeled rock crawler that is split in half, and each half can independently rotate, allowing for it to easily traverse the toughest terrain. The name it was given is to play on the word excessive. A kayak is loaded onto the rear of the vehicle, which is powered by a turbine. The casting was retooled in 2010 for cost cutting, with the rotation portion removed. This is a very interesting casting. It features a metal base and a plastic body, and the articulating feature is very interesting, and this is a feature that Hot Wheels would really not be able to reproduce today in a $1 vehicle. So I think it's definitely cool, definitely unique. 6-wheeled vehicle, looks awesome. I mean, it has some really cool play features with this articulation for being able to go off-road. Interestingly, the car is not tampoed on one side of the vehicle. I am not sure why. Number 29 is Old Number 3. It was designed by Mark Jones and was produced until 2013. Old Number 3 is a depiction of a 1920s style race car. This casting was originally designed as a replica of the Marmon Wasp, but was modified into an unlicensed generic antique race car. I think this car looks very nice. It definitely has that antique vibe. Fire engine red color looks absolutely amazing. The details on this car are really, really cool. Features a plastic radiator with number 3 tampoed on it. The metal exhaust is a really, really nice touch. Metal body, painted metal base, plastic silver steering wheel. The gas tank in the rear is painted the same color as the car, red. The proportions are really cool. What is unique about this car is that it features a different Hot Wheels wheel for the spare tire. This is one of my favorite cars from the 2001 first editions. I don't know, it just has an awesome look. It's simple, elegant, yet shows the 1920s race car style perfectly. Car number 30 is the Ferrari 156. It was designed by Mark Jones and was produced until 2009. The Ferrari 156 F1 was a Formula One car designed and manufactured by Scuderia Ferrari for use in the 1961 Formula One World Championship. It was designed by Vittorio Giano and Carlo Citti and nicknamed Sharknose due to its distinctive appearance. The car was powered by a Ferrari 178 1.5-liter V6, making 190 horsepower, mounted to a 5-speed manual transmission. The car won 4 races in 1961. Ferrari's 1961 season was marred by Von Tripp's death at the Italian Grand Prix. 6 chassis were produced. Per factory policy at the time, all remaining chassis were destroyed, but 2 replicas were later constructed. I think this car is absolutely stunning and gorgeous and is full of little details everywhere. Has the Scuderia shields on it. It has an engine with clear plastic covers on the top of the car, the exhaust pipes poking out the back, the plastic roll hoop, the windshield that's very small, looks awesome, but I think my favorite feature of the whole car is the nose that you can see through because there's literally an open section to the nose. I think it's a great car, and I think it's definitely one of the stars of this series and is incredibly, incredibly desirable. And it's a metal body, metal base car and has some weight for such a small vehicle. Car number 31 is the Cunningham C4R. It was designed by Phil Rillman and was produced until 2009. The car is painted in gloss white and features a metallic blue dual stripe. This car looks absolutely fantastic. It is one of my favorites of this series. I don't know, it just definitely looks amazing, and I think I remember seeing this car race in classic vintage races that I used to go to back in the early 2000s. So for me, it definitely has some significance. I don't know, the casting just looks great. It has some ribbing on the side of the fenders to give the illusion of some louvers, which is nice. The hood scoop looks really good, definitely well detailed. An exhaust that's cast into the side of the car. It's too bad that's not tampoed. The grille is black, which is part of the plastic base. Blue plastic seats for the interior, which is very, very nice. Is a great car to have for your vintage Hot Wheels racing collection. Car number 32 is the 57 Roadster. It was designed by Mark Nuttall and was produced until 2007. This car depicts the 1957 Chevrolet Hot Rod with small front wheels, elongated hood, and large blown engine. And essentially, this is a 57 Chevy convertible that has been converted into a dragster. Features a chrome plastic blower, metal exhausts that are poking out the side of the car. You can see the exposed headers there. And this car is a metal body, metal base car. The tampo looks very nice in silver, that nice chrome piece separating the side of the vehicle into that side fin looks absolutely amazing. This tan plastic interior looks very nice. It's just a very interesting car because it's a cross between a fantasy car and a realistic car. But it's done so well that, you know, it looks very believable. I don't know. I like it. It's different. It's kind of funky. Car number 33 is the Moscoot. This vehicle was designed by Mark Jones and was produced until 2007. The Moscoot is a casting depicting a comically oversized motorized scooter with a comically large exhaust pipe. It is the only known casting to use the SRC wheel. The front handlebar can also be folded. This car features a plastic engine, an oversized plastic exhaust. It features a very small metal base, a clear translucent body, and here you can see the metal handlebars being folded up, so you can put this car in a carny case if you want to. Definitely very, very strange. It's a casting that not many people are going to want. This is definitely a fantasy casting that was a time in Hot Wheels history, and that's pretty much it. It's not very desirable. Car number 34 is the Ford Thunderbolt. It was designed by Phil Rillman. It is based on the classic 1964 Ford drag racer. The Thunderbolt was made for only 1 year before new regulations that required more cars. Ford did not want to do this and stopped manufacturing the car after 1964. So this car is painted in gloss black and features Robert Ford Homer as the tampo on the side. It also features Billman's name as the driver of the vehicle. Also says the word Thunderbolt in silver with red outlining above the rear fender. And it says engine by Kermit on it. And it says crew Judy, Pat, Ruth, which is very interesting. Very strange. This car, when I opened it, had rubbing on the top of the roof. As you can see, for whatever reason, the passenger side of this vehicle has some excessive red tampoing on the top of the roof, which is very different. I've never had a car do this before. But then again, like I said, I literally just opened this car, so, you know, it's been rubbing in the package for all these years. Car number 35 is the Morris Wagon. It was designed by Phil Reilman and was produced until 2013. This is a customized version of the Morris Minor 1000 Traveller, a classic British-built woody station wagon. The original Traveller was designed by future Mini designer Sir Alec Ignis in 1952 and was in continuous production until 1971. The car was a true woody with an external structure wooden frame from behind the doors. The Hot Wheels version takes the basic car and turns it into a hot rod with a powerful exposed V8 engine and air scoop with huge rear tires. I think this is maybe the first Hot Wheels gasser before Hot Wheels gassers were all the rage. This car features a metal body and plastic body and metal base. What I find really interesting is that it features a chrome plastic blower, but the headers are metal because it's part of the metal base. So it's like you're seeing part of the engine is chrome and part of it's metal, and it doesn't quite add up. My only other nit to really pick about this vehicle is the dual parachutes coming out of the rear. They are molded in the same tan plastic woody material, so they look really strange. They need to be painted a different color, but that's not really possible with the Hot Wheels $1 limitations. I just opened it. The car has been rubbing on the inside of the package for all these years, so I said it once, I'll say it again. Please open your Hot Wheels cars, any and all of them. To be honest, I think a mint condition loose car is just as valuable as one in the package, especially when a car is old. You know, you don't want it rubbing and having wear all over the place. Enjoy your cars, please open them. Okay, this is the last car, car number 36. It is the Fandango. It was designed by Phil Reilman, and this car is still in production. This is one of my favorite Hot Wheels castings from 2001, and it's become one of my favorite Hot Wheels castings, even though I only have this one version of this casting. Fandango is a depiction of a modern panel van. It is notable for having a large amount of space at the rear for graphics, allowing it to have flashy tampos for mini releases. You know, they may call it a fantasy casting, but it's not a fantasy casting. It's actually a Dodge Durango that has had its rear doors sealed and its rear windows completely sealed as well. And it also features side exit exhaust. And, you know, when the Dodge Durango came out in the late 1990s through mid 2000s, it was hugely popular. you saw Durangos everywhere. You never see them anymore. They've all died off. I think this is a really cool casting. It uses that same pearl orange color as a few of the other vehicles from this series. And the car features a clear orange windshield that looks very, very nice. And the silver grille is a very nice touch. It features, I think, either a blue or a purple seats for the interior, which looks very nice. And the rear license plate area being part of the grille or base is a very nice touch. I don't know, it just has a really good stance. I think it looks awesome. Very, very nice with the PR5 wheels. It's one of my favorites from the series, no doubt. Thank you for watching my review of the Hot Wheels 2001 First Editions. If you liked this video, you may also like to watch my other Hot Wheels First Edition videos. You may also be interested in my Hot Wheels treasure hunt videos.